Hello guys. So in this session we are going to learn how to use environment variables in Helm chart. Okay. So let's start. So first of all we need this prerequisite. We need a AWS account with Ubuntu 24.04 LTS easy to instance. Then we need a Minikube and kubectl installed, and also we need to help install. So as you can see here, I have successfully launched my instance and the type is T2.medium because when we install Minikube, we need a more space. Okay, so that's why you need to choose the type is T2.medium because we need two CPUs and 2 or more GB RAM to install Minikube. So that's why you need to choose this T2.medium instance type. Okay, and I have successfully connected to my terminal. So if I run the Helm version command, so as you can see the version of Helm, if I run the Minikube command, Minikube version, so as you can see the version of Minikube. You can see Minikube version and command. And if I run the command kubectl version, as you can see the details of kubectl. Okay, that means we are successfully installed Minikube, Helm, and kubectl, right? Okay. Now, here I mentioned some benefits of using environment variables. So first of all, enhanced flexibility and adaptability, then better maintainability and organization, then enhanced testing and development, and then last is compliance and auditing. So that's the benefits of using environment variables in Helm chart. Okay, then after that here I mentioned some use cases of environment variables. So first of all, environment aware configuration. So this imagine crafting separate sets of settings for development, testing, and production of environment. Okay, then environment variables comes to the rescue store database connections, API keys, and logging level as variable, and eliminating the need of modifying code each time you switch environments. The next use case is securing sensitive secrets. Okay. So tucking away sensitive information like password or API keys directly in code is risky. Okay. So environment variables provide a safer haven. These values stay out of version control and logs, reducing exposed risk. Trust environment variables with your API keys and database credential and encryption keys for increased security. Okay. Then third one is feature logs on demand. Okay. So want to introduce a few features but prefer a gradual rollout. Okay. Environment variables act as feature flags, logging, and features of or based on our roles, testing needs of or other criteria, and enable a new feature in your testing environment controlled by the environment variable before confidently unleashing into the production. The next one is personalization made easy, right? So let's personalize environment variables can store user specific settings, tailoring the application's behavior to individual preference. And this way users can control their preferred language, time zone, or other settings, enhancing their experience without any hard-coded modification. So that's the some features. That's the some use cases of environment variables in Helm chart. So that's it. Now let's start. So here, the way used to environment variable in Helm chart. So how to use? So first of all, environment variable play a virtual role in a Helm chart by enabling dynamic configuration of development deployment, and they provide a powerful mechanism to inject value into templates, allowing you to tailor deployment to specific environment and adapt to changing condition without modifying the chart itself. Okay, so there are a couple of ways to access the pass environment variable. So first is direct injected with the set flag, and next one is centralized management with values.yaml file. So let's start with first direct injected with the set flag. Okay, so in this environment variable, first of all, for immediate value injected during deployment, Helm offers the set flag and its uses alongside Helm install or Helm upgrade command to set specific environment variables. So for the syntax of direct injected with set flag, so Helm install my chart, set my variable and is equals to my value. That's the syntax of this environment variable. So let's see the example. So first of all, create a chart. You give any name to it. Okay. So we have successfully installed Helm. So let's create a Helm chart using this command. So the command is Helm create and your chart name. So my Helm chart name will be Node app. So it's creating. If I run the ls command, as you can see, I have successfully created my Helm chart, right? With the name Node app. Okay. Now the next is, so you can see, okay. Now, as you can see, after that, after creating, now by default, Helm chart has replica count 1. Okay, after creating our Helm chart, so this Helm chart replica count will be 1 by default. Okay, now let's see it. Okay, so first install the Helm chart, install the chart. Okay, so let's see it. So firstly, install the chart. So our chart name will be my node app. Okay. Here our Helm chart name is Node app, and now our chart name will be my Node app. Okay, Helm install. Okay, as you can see, last deploy date and timing, namespace deploy, namespace default status deploy revision of 1. Okay, it's done. Right. And expose pod name and container port and so on the details. Okay, it's done. Now then run the following command. So let's deploy this chart. So as you can see, if I run the command, you can see my node app and ready one of one, up to date one, available one, and the age is 26 seconds ago. Okay. Now as of now, there is only one, right? Okay. Now, as you can see, there is only one pod indicating one replica, right? You can see there is only one pod, right? That means it's only one replica. Okay. Now delete the release. Okay. So Helm delete my node app. Okay. So if you want to this delete, then command is Helm delete my node app. So I'm going to delete this node app. So Helm delete my node app. It's uninstalled. If you want to check, then as you can see, there is no any git deploy, right? There is no any default space. Okay. Now here, as you can see, now Helm install set replica to my node app. Okay. So now let's set the it to using set. Now there is only one set, right? When we install this, there is only one set. Now let's set two sets, right? You can see, let's set it to using set. Okay, so the command is helm install set replica count to my node app. So let's install. Okay, it's done. As you can see, there is status, deploy, revision, and so on. And now let's check if it is set to or not. Set to 2. Okay, so let's check. As you can see, there is 2, replica count 2. You can see my node app ready 2 of 2, up to date 2 of 2, available 2, and the age is 17 seconds ago. And before, you can see my node app 1 of 1, 1 of 1, 1 of 1. Now it's 2 of 2. Now that means there is a replica count 2 now. Okay, right? Okay. Now, as you can see, there is two pods ready indicating two replicas, right? That means setting Helm also provides a way to use multiple values and you can override the values. Okay. So first, again, delete the release. So let's delete the release. Now, if you want to check, there is no any particle, right? Now let's set the replica count 3. Okay. So you can see Helm install set replica count 2, set replica count 3, my node app. Because when we install this, there is a default one replica, right? So that's why in this command there is two and third one. Okay, it's done. Now let's check. And now as you can see, my node app ready 3 of 3 up to date 3 available 3 and the age is 2 seconds ago. And before that you can see there is 2 replicas. And now after that there is 3 replicas. Okay. So as you can see, there is 3 replicas. Okay, it's done. It's done. Which so here we have series. Sorry, we have seen this direct injected with the set flags, right? Okay, it's done. Right. Now it's time to move second environment variable, right? Second, which centralized management with values.yaml file. Okay, so the values.yaml file serves as the heart of default configuration within a Helm chart. And it's where you define default environment variables. Okay, so let's see the example. So first of all, I'm going to clear the screen. Now if I run this, kubectl get deployed, there is this my node app, that means before. Okay, my node app. Okay. Now let's see another example. So first you create the chart that you give any name to it. Okay, so let's create a chart. So first of all, we have this my node app chart, right? Node app chart we have, there is error. You can see warning already exists, right? So that's why we need to give another name to our chart. So my chart name will be sample. Okay. And then let's command, as you can see, the chart name sample. Okay. Then after that, now default Helm chart has replica count 1. Okay, you need to remember this. Default replica Helm chart by default Helm chart is replica count 1. Okay. So let's see and first install the chart. Okay, so let's install the chart. So here our Helm chart name is sample and here my sample. Okay, it's done. As you can see, name my sample, last deploy, date and timing, namespace default, status deploy, revision 1. Okay, now let's see the deploy. You can see my sample, ready 1 of 1, up to date 1, available 1, and the age is 15 seconds ago. Okay, that means the default is successfully deployed. Okay, right. Now again let's set replica count 2. Okay, so first we need to delete this first delete, right? So let's see the let's enter the command. So the command is helm delete. So the command is helm delete and your chart name my sample, and if I run it again there is only 1, right? Okay, now let's create my values.yaml file using the following command. And in this file, we need to add this replica count 2. Let's save the file and exit. Okay. After that, install the Helm chart. Okay. How to Helm install -f my values.yaml file and here my sample. My sample and sample. It's done, right? Let's check the pods, get deploy. And as you can see in my sample, now we have two replicas here. You can see the age is 6 seconds ago, right? Okay, right. That means two pods ready and indicating two replicas. Okay. Now let's see the example with loop. Okay. Now let's see the example with loop. So first of all, let's delete again. Delete my sample. Now it's successfully deleted, right? Okay. Now let's create new file. So let's create environment what values.yaml file. Okay. Environment values.yaml file. And in this file, we need to add this data example. So here example map name username value stage.1 name password and value stage.2. Sorry, test2. So let's save the file and exit. And after that, we need to inside this templates directory, right? CD and templates. So here our chart name is sample, right? And here the ls command. So there is files and we need to inside this deployment.yaml file. And here let's scroll down. And here in this container, with this, we need to add this environment tag in this container directory. Sorry, container folder here in. Okay, we need to add here. And there is we need to proper indentation, because if you have any if you have if you add any extra space here, then it give us error to you. So we need to careful about indentation. So let's check for once. Yeah, it's absolutely correct. So let's save the file and exit. Okay. After that, now run the template command to see the YAML manifest, right? Helm template -f envvalues.yaml node app that your chart name. So first of all, let's exit the directory and here let's enter your chart name. So my chart name is sample. So as you can see the output, right? That our file, you can see samples.service.yaml, right? Right. You can see the details about it. Okay. Okay. Correct. Right. It's done. So now after that, now you can see the template commands, the YAML manifest, right? Now let's override the YAML in my values override.yaml. Okay. So let's create sudo nano my values override.yaml file, and in this file, let's enter this replica count 3. Okay. And now let's run this YAML file to be can be override. Okay, so let's run the file and the file command will be here sample and here my sample. And the command is helm install -f myvalues.yaml -f myvalues.override.yaml, right? That means when we install our chart, then replica count 1 will be installed default. Then there's the second replica and that's the third one replica, right? So let's run it. Okay, and let's check the now as you can see my sample, it's my sample ready 3, up to date 3, available 3, and the age is 7 seconds ago. And you can see the verify the replica status, you can see. So we have this 3 replica here also and here also. That means here we have if you see this 2 examples. Okay, here. Right. Here are a couple of ways to access the pass environment variable. First is direct injected with the set flag, and the second one is centralized management with values.yaml. So it's done. So in this session, we have learned how to use environment variables in Helm chart. So thank you for watching, and I hope you understand.